Ex nibus surgens, Michael vive iterum, Spiritus mali voca, te invoco nunc. Ex tenebris surgens, Michael vive iterum, Spiritus mali voca, te voco nunc. Ex tenebris surgens, Michael vive iterum, Spiritus mali voca. Michael, te invoco nunc. Michael.
Hey, I get to get my first Michael Myers movie kill here in like 2 seconds. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of geeking out over it. Good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon, sorry.
This is stupid.
Good afternoon, guys. I think I got everything switched over now. Dang it. Hope everybody had a great holiday season, great Christmas, and all that fun, cool stuff. Oh, I've been bouncing all over the place because, like always, I have my damn iron on about 13 different fires trying to stoke and create. Let me double check this audio. Okay, yeah, we should be all right. We should be all right. So, what is going on these YouTube streets? It's been a few weeks, man, since I've been able to go live with it being the Christmas break and everything. Like, it's chaotic. It's chaotic, man. Like, but it's crackling audio. It's this freaking line. I need to get my XLR wired in. I believe that's the issue with the crackling audio. I know that's what it is. I know that's what it is. It's this damn line. I need to just give me an XLR splitter and do it that way. Yeah, it pops. It pops just a little bit. But we went down and we checked out a tavern in Dayton, Ohio. We did that. We had one night there. We have to go back another night, and that's when I'm going to go live with you guys because this first night uh, was really more of just interviews and kind of getting the stories of the place, the lay of the land, all that all that fun stuff. And we did a little base investigation, which with the naked ear and everything, we didn't really catch much. But the second night we go back, we'll be opening the night with a ritual to try to charge the area and then diving in. So I'll be really curious to see if that changes the dynamic of the place at all. Starting off with uh, a ritual, led by a really real witch. Actually, McKaylee, the witch in the Michael Myers horror short that we did this past year, the one we just watched. Um, she'll be leading us in a ritual to try to charge the area to see if we could kind of like make more shit happen instead of just being so reactive. But looking forward to it. Yeah, man, it is. It is. It's. I got this Yeti X, and it's fine, but I just probably need to start streaming using my Sony shotgun mic I put on my camera rig. It's just a better camera. I mean, better camera. It's a better microphone. There's a bunch of shit I probably should do, right? I need to do anyways. Um, we've been working away at. I don't want to say too much because again, it's going to be coming out here. I think we're going to try to crowdfund this thing here very soon. Um, but I'm so damn excited of what Tyler and I got cooking up, and yeah, I think it's going to be very unique. At least I have not seen any other paranormal group do it quite the way we're wanting to do. You know, our goal has kind of always been to be um, that raw paranormal TV where it kind of puts you guys in these locations with us, where it's not so um oversold. You watch a lot of these things and something that can be explained away, they kind of stay there and oversell it and pretend it's the greatest fucking thing that's happened, in the history of paranormal investigation. And about 98% of paranormal investigations is not that, right? You're just kind of sitting and chilling and waiting and trying to find something to get excited about in the dark. And you've been up, most of the times you've been up over 24 hours now, and you're still trying to go away and and find something. So we wanted to make it as about as personable as possible, put you guys in these locations with us and actually experience this. And our hopes of doing that is to motivate more people to get out in the field and to actually try to catch some of these things and come up with your own formula and to start really digging into it that way, because it's my belief the more people that we have coming into the paranormal world in an honest light, trying to really find answers and just kind of figure shit out, the better, right? We got more minds, more eyes. Everybody's kind of working towards uh, that goal or whatever. But I think with this new formula that we have, I don't think I'll be letting too much go by saying you guys will have a choice when watching our live paranormal streams. You will be able to dictate who's going where with what equipment. With multiple cameras, make it more of a um, make it more interactive for the paranormal viewing audience. Because I think that's kind of what, at least when I watch paranormal TV, I would like to control a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe not the whole time we're there, but you'll be able to vote. Say, okay, I want to see Skeeter in the basement with the spirit box by himself. Skeeter's going to do a solo down there, and you can put a time on it. I want him down there for a half an hour by himself, whatever. Then you want Tyler up in the attic um, with the cat balls or a REM pod for a half an hour, but kind of to be able to have a say so in the investigation, I think is going to be a cool um, new wrinkle that I have not seen really done quite the way we're wanting to do it. Exactly, Moon. Exactly. Just make it so the viewing audience is doing more than just viewing. You know what I mean? Like just give you guys options to be a part of the team. Why we're there, and it isn't it isn't easy. It's going to be challenging because we want at least three live cameras that we can pan. You know, um, to different areas while we're live. So it's not one static cam doing one thing. Give you guys more of a variety that we can, browse through and have somebody working at our makeshift base that's interacting with the chat and kind of relaying these questions to the investigators that's out on property. Um, I just think would be, I think it's a pretty cool little twist to everything. Thank you, Moon. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was Tyler and I's kind of been sitting on this, and again, once we release this and actually we're moving forward to getting these cameras and the splitters and things that we need to make it possible, we'll obviously go in a lot more depth. Tyler and I will be live streaming about it. If you noticed, that's why some of the Terror Barn videos went from the Terror Barn channel over here to this channel. And the reason for that is being that Terror Barn channel, whenever we're ready, we're going to change the name to what we're going to be naming our live paranormal streams. And that will kind of be the hub and the home for our live paranormal shows that we'll be shooting. And another thing I think it's cool too is if we're doing these lives and you guys are interactive and you're able to look and see and catch shit, but not only that, if it calls for it, meaning if we find some pretty good convincing evidence, um, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. But it's also going to be cool. You're doing a live thing, and if we catch good enough evidence, that piece will end up getting produced into a film. So not only will you guys have the capability of being live with us and kind of controlling a little bit and having some say so in what happens during the investigation, but you also will kind of be behind the scenes in real time on movie production and how we do what we do in that aspect. So um, we really, again, I don't want to dive too much deep at this because I know Tyler and I is going to be doing uh, a live and discussing really, all the way down to the every period on what we plan to do and how we plan to do it. But I think it's just going to be interesting. It got me excited. Um, and I believe we're adding a new, fresh ripple into the paranormal world. It's kind of, let's be honest, it's kind of a stagnant field, right? It's kind of the same cookie cutter type of things that happen. People walking in, is anybody here who would like to communicate with us? Spirit box. It's kind of, everybody's kind of doing the same but different. So I think us adding this new wrinkle will set us aside a little bit and show that we do give a damn about our viewers and actually want them to kind of be a part of the ride with us. So we've been grinding away on that as much as possible this holiday break. Exactly, Moon. Like that's always been our thing. Like a lot of people, will ask me, well, don't you get nervous going into these places and don't you, and it's exciting. And don't get me wrong. The nerves are still there. The excitement's still there. I absolutely love the paranormal field and what we do. I truly, honestly do. But if we're being real to our audience, most of the time we're doing what we do, it's sitting in a dark room trying to find something, trying to interact with something or whatever. But most of the time is the attempt, right? It's not the fun, exciting stuff all the time that you see on paranormal TV. So we just wanted to find a way to make it authentic and personable. So be true to ourselves, be true to what we're doing, but also making it personable by getting you guys involved as much as possible when we're on locations and doing these things. So we're pretty excited about it. Hold on one second. Well, I can't do that from there. Maybe I could do that from here. Hold on. There we go. I fixed that. Now I had to turn you blue, Moon. Now another thing that's pretty cool since we actually, I mean, I'm not celebrating no numbers over here. I mean, I'm just happy to have anybody in here when I fire up or anybody watching any videos that I move. But since we have moved Halloween night from the Terror Barn channel over here to this little Skeet Owen one, my rando channel, We've got over 3,000 views in 2 weeks, which I'm going to celebrate a little bit. You know what I mean? 835 sub channel, over 3K, yeah, and a video where I'm not talking shit about nobody. I'll take that. I will celebrate that number a little bit, right? I didn't have to talk shit on nobody. It's original content, and I got less than 1,000. I'll take it over 3,000. I'm grateful for that number. Um, and we also have some other shit that I would really like to start pulling out. Get back to the comedy roots. It gets kind of difficult on those because I obviously have to record and be in front of the camera, so that kind of limits me on some of the things I would like to do. And I think that's the biggest creative hump for me is um, I want to try to turn everything into like a cinematic piece now. Like I found myself doing that. Like even when I was doing the stupid Negs parodies, I found myself wanting getting like a cinematic shot instead of just the typical YouTube shots that I used to do. But yeah, I definitely want to get back to some of that. And then I got even a bigger project on the horizon, and I might be starting up yet another business. So right now I'm trying to figure out the funding and everything to get that thing going. But I might end up launching another business here soon, which would open up a whole nother avenue of content over here on this channel. I don't think I'm gonna start another channel for the love of God, even though this is something completely different than any content that I've ever did. I've never really done unboxings or things of that nature, but I'm going to be getting in because I've collected sports memorabilia ever since I was like 5. An opportunity has presented itself for me to buy out a couple collectors and get some client list and actual brick and mortar spots during the week. So really leaning in doing that. And if I do that, if I do that, hopefully when I get that squared away and start that, we'll be having a lot of those uh, live unboxing videos for you guys on these collections that I'll be acquiring. So I think that'd be a fun little. That's another one of my passions, man. I love sports memorabilia and cards. I've been collecting them for several years. So you guys can now understand a little bit of my wife's pains. You know what I mean? I got all this film equipment. I got all my horror masks that I make. And then you sprinkle in football cards and memorabilia. And then that's not counting, my horror toy collection that, with the pops and action figures and all that stuff. So yes, I think it's an issue then. I might collect way too much shit. Let's see if there's anything else we want to view today. I really didn't know what I was going to talk about or what to even talk about. Really, I just figured we'll go live and chit chat. It's been a few weeks. I know people probably want me to do that, and I owe Steph that. I got to do another Negs parody, but it's a double-edged sword to me, man. Like this dude, everybody knows the type of coward this guy is, right? Everybody knows that shit. And but don't take this binge. See, Moon, I didn't even know. Oh, is that where like she threw all this shit out? No. My shit is safe. My shit is safe. At least the wife has never touched it. And these other 2 collections I'll be acquiring there'd be so many of them. Like that would put me well over. I would say at least well over 200,000 cards in total. But I will be acquiring things like some Michael Jordan autographs, Kobe Bryant rookie autographs, things that are very valuable. And I'm looking forward to it. So, and again, like I said, that'll be a whole other avenue of content for you guys. I've already discussed it with my little brother. Maybe it's the type of thing where we mix music in with that idea, right? And pick some music live and then go through sports cards and different memorabilia, trying to crack things and giving the viewer the first chance to purchase some of these if they want it before it goes into the brick and mortar store or onto eBay. So I mean, I think it'll be something different. And I'm always, I don't know, I'm insane. Like right now, I'm writing a screenplay that, yes, I know, Lynn. Damn it, I know. I gotta stop now that we got through Christmas. It opens up some time for me, and I gotta at least do a few more of them. Right? I gotta at least do a few more of these damn things. It's a I don't know, man. I get on here. I love to get on here, chat, have fun, and not take things too serious. And what I mean by, I mean, there's some things you got to address, obviously, but I get on here as an escape from all my madness that's going on now. You know, we're working on that live paranormal that I told you about. I'm trying to acquire these other collections to open up yet another LLC business, which would be my second in 3 years or some shit that I've started. I'm currently writing another screenplay. I'm currently recording a podcast, but I want to get a whole season done before I release the first episode, and that's be looking for that. That should come soon, hopefully, if I get my concussed brain to focus. Paranormal Circus is the name of the podcast, and hopefully I'll get at least 10 of these episodes recorded out, and then be able to have a stockpile, release them every Friday. That's my goal. But the point being, I'm all over the place. You know, I got all these different fucking things going. So when I get online, I want to have fun, man. I hate seeing people being ugly to other people just because of whatever. And I don't know. It's just crazy. And damn near all the problems link back to that one motherfucker. So again, I would love for him to accept. I know he tried saying the other day, what did he say? Somebody sent me, it was on Twitter, that I tried to work with him again, but I, I don't know. I forget what it was. It was on Twitter. Hey, Miley, how we doing? It was on Twitter. Somebody had sent me it to me. Hey, you know, he said that he was going to reach out to. The only time I would work with you again, Ronnie P, Next, Beggs, whatever you're going on, the only time I would work with you again is clout fights in the fucking ringer cage. That's it. And you keep dodging it, trying to pick on other people and shit and yada yada. Listen, dude, you don't got to worry about getting your license for hosting an MMA bout. You don't got to worry about nothing but passing a physical. I have a guy that owns his own promotion that already told me he would put us on the card at any time as long as you pass a physical. That's it. Insurance is already taken care of. All that, all the other, it's all taken care of. You just have to agree, pass a physical, and us put it in writing, and then you can work with me again. It's just going to be in a ring or cage, and it's going to be really fun. he just avoids that like the Black Plague. Like, I ain't going to fight Skeeter, but I'll fight Shabisky, and I forget who else. I get sent clips all the fucking time, man. It's insane. Yeah, he turned. Yeah, that's what it was. He turned me down. I appreciate you, Moon. You have a good one too, huh? Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. It's like, dude, come on, man. Come on. Like, it can be so infuriating sometimes if I let it. You know what I mean? Like, I've learned with all these years dealing with him. And again, now, when I walked away from him, it was before all of this fucking evil shit. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as the beef started back in the day, and I seen the way he was handling certain situations, and you know, and some of the phone calls that he had made, that's why I walked away. You know, and it's got so much worse over the years. It's fucking insane sometimes. Oh shit, Lynn. Oh shit. Yeah, there's no. The only time I think of all this time that I walked away, Death had messaged me and said, "Hey, do you think it's possible for you and him to be able to work again?" Now, given this like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe even longer than that now. I don't know. And I told her absolutely not, no, because I had reached out and he wanted an apology for whatever reason. I guess because I went on another channel and hurt his feet. So I'm the type of person, my man, it's not that big of a deal. But if it's aggravating him, you know, he's still talking about it 4 years later, then okay, I'll give him his apology. So maybe dude can dry his tears up and move on a little bit. So I gave him an apology and reached out, and his response to me, I instantly messaged Death back like, "There's no way in hell I can't do this. I can't." It was around the same time that Woody was trying to get another stream house together, and it was around that time frame. And yeah, there's no way, guys, I would ever reach out. There's no way I would ever work with him in any facet other than punching him in the face in front of an audience. And that's as far that's as far as that connection will ever go again. And I stand by it. Like anytime he wants to do the clout fight for real, instead of just blowing smoke up people's ass, I'm your guy and I got it set up. I'm the closest to you. You got to worry about travel. You don't got to worry about insurance. You don't got to worry about paying a venue. You don't got to worry about shit other than passing a physical and showing the fuck up on fight night. But that's not gonna happen. Let's be real. Right, Lynn. And that's kind of where I was. You know what I mean? Like honestly, man. Like I'm not that. I don't know that insidious or I mean I'm not that nasty to where I get on here and I poke fun and I have fun. But there's only one person that would really love to fight in an octagon or a ring. There's only one. Right, Miley. He tries to say enough shit and enough. He tries to be so fucking shocking that it gets him some sort of attention or affirmation. Like he tries to just say the most fucked up shit because there's no other talent there. The only way he can draw a crowd is by saying fucked up shit. That's it. Like there's no other. Nobody's tuning in to hear his three chords and the truth. And from my understanding, that thing's all dissipated with the Zeth situation and shit. And then I did catch a little bit of the phone call. I forget who had that bouncing around uh, the Twitterverse or the Xverse, whatever the fuck we're calling it these days. I did catch some of that. And again, that's a perfect example of him trying to be macho or some shit. Like he's trying to see audience, I'm not afraid of nobody. Looky here, I'm gonna call him. And the whole time you can tell his voice is crackling. He's nervous. Zeth just fucking owns his ass in the whole conversation, and then he uploads it. So then you gotta ask, like, why the fuck would he upload this when he knows he's making himself look as stupid as what he is? Because it's something buzzworthy with a little bit of clout behind it, and fucking that's why he uploaded that shit. Like, he's so fucking stupid. He is, Miley. He is. That's it. Right? That was like the perfect sign off. Fuck your mama. Oh, the dude is such a fucking clown, man. I look back at the early days, because I ran across him very briefly in the professional wrestling little circuit that was involved in. And people was warning about me then, about how he is and how he likes to do and shit. And then some way or another, like figured out, came up that I was a stand up comic. So then that started me doing some little bits and shit. And then next thing you know, I was trying to help him create content. And I don't know. I guess the best way I can explain it is somebody trying to get you the finger paint when you're ready to do like an oil canvas or some shit. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the difference. He was wanting to just fucking kindergarten art this shit, and I was trying to build pieces. So I mean, it was oil and water from the get go. Really, I mean, there was a little bit of chemistry. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that. There was chemistry on air, but creatively, it was just two totally different paths. Hey, there's beautiful stuff. How you doing? I appreciate that, Miley. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, you can tell the creative differences by content. You know what I mean? Like you definitely can tell the creative differences. So yeah, it's never have to worry about that shit. Never have to worry about that. Thanks, Steph. I appreciate that. And again, guys, all the Cash App or PayPal's that's going to go to the businesses. I can pluralize that now because with the sports memorabilia thing, as soon as I land that, that's going to be able to fund the next 2 or 3 film pieces that we have in mind. Just by what is in these lots that I'm buying. Um, Again, you got a Michael Jordan autograph anything, let alone I would be acquiring the very first magazine that covered when Michael finally picked Nike, and it's autographed by him. It says Mike picks Nike and aggravated, aggravated, autographed by him. So, trying to acquire that to fund all the rest of them. But yeah, there's the links. You guys don't have to hit them, but if you want to, I appreciate you. I try to be Miley. I try to, I try to be creative. It's ah man, sitting down sometimes, and that's why I went live. I was working on the fucking podcast again and starting to get burned out. I'm like, shit. This will be the first time I tried to entertain with just audio, right? And of course, later on down the road, I'm going to do um, a video version for YouTube. But starting out, we're just going to be audio only on Spotify. And then once I get my studio squared away and finished, go into it. And then that also depends, I guess, me acquiring the sports memorabilia company, what my studio is really going to look like. So I just love to do, man. Like I cannot sit still that long, you know. Oh, another spoiler, I'll let you guys know. In spring, um, I will be having at least one live stand-up show. Uh, I will do that live for you guys, and that will be in the spring. I'll be going to Maryland for that. So any of my Maryland peeps that want to come see Skeeta live doing his stand-up, I'll let you know as we get closer. What day and what town, what bar, and all that fun good stuff. But um, it should be a live. I'm kind of nervous because I've been off the comedy stage for way too fucking long, but I'll be live for at least a half an hour to 45-minute bit. So I got to hit these open mics and get prepped. The spring ain't too far away. So the podcast that I'm working on now, can't see because that stupid hearts and look down here. Yeah, the podcast I'm working on now, Steph, is my own. It's called Paranormal Circus. I'm trying to record the first season so I can start dumping those out every Friday night. Still very, it's still definitely a work in progress, man. Like, I'll be the first time, like I said, that I tried to entertain with just audio, and I'm trying to like navigate around. I don't want it to be your typical paranormal podcast where the serious voice. It could have been a ghost or a demon. We do not know. I don't want it. I want it to be kind of just like me, just open. It, hit with some facts, talk about some real shit. So I finally found the flavor. I'm just trying to get through. I at least want to have 10 episodes recorded and ready. So once I start to drop them, I got 9 episodes before I got to record another 10 episode batch. So especially the way my schedule is, I got to have it pulled out that way. Now go back to work next week, back to teaching children's and all other different things we got going on. So yeah, working on that. And I'm hoping my goal is by my birthday, which is February 12th, to at least have that kicked off and running. So that's my timeline I gave myself on that whole shit. But again, all these different, I got my iron in so many different fucking fires over here. Like it's, it can be insane sometimes, man. But again, I can't sit still. I cannot do it. Like this whole past week has been me navigating and freeing up money and to be able to purchase um, this other sports memorabilia company and make it my own. So that's kind of what I've all been focused on this past, right before Christmas and right after Christmas is back on the grind trying to figure out a way to make this possible. So Absolutely, Steph. Just let me know. I'm open to go on anybody's anything. I love to hang out, chat, and do. Right. Yeah, like that's my goal with the podcast. Again, we're at the very infancy of this thing. Like it's I don't even got the first season ready to be released to anybody yet. But what I would like to do again is when we go on locations, on top of having the live interactive paranormal investigation we already talked about, is have a live podcast on location with the crew and everything, and have that another layer of entertainment when we do these paranormal nights. Because the same club I'm going to do stand up on, and I'm tired. I'm trying to talk Tyler into get on stage and sing for you guys as well. Um, the same club that we'll be doing that in, we'll be rolling right into a paranormal investigation that night and the next night. So I kind of want to give the audience kind of look behind the scenes at the characters, Nathan and Tyler, like what we do outside of paranormal. And what I do, obviously, is my comedy, and what Tyler nails and kills is his music. So I think it'd be a nice little flavor, showing you guys what Tyler and Nathan do outside of trying to talk to demons and spirits. So I think it's going to be a fun trip all the way around, man. And again, that's down. We'll be going to Maryland for that. Uh, we did do the first night of investigations in a small tavern in Dayton back on the 21st, I think. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a blast though, man. I haven't been on a comedy stage since the pandemic, really. I think I did one gig afterwards, but no real consistent time. And now I got to try to build a set and be ready for 30 to 45 minutes. So I know it's hard to put into the, like, if nobody really knows the stand up comedy world and how that works, that's kind of stupid. You know what I mean? I haven't did no open mics, no 10 to 15-minute bits, nothing consistent since the pandemic anyway. And then I'm going to dive right back into a half an hour to 45-minute bit. So I've already reached out to a few of these club bookers that I know, and like, hey man, I'm gonna need some open mic time for sure, because I got to create a fresh new 30 to 45-minute bit, and I haven't been on stage in fucking an embarrassing amount of time. So we'll see how this goes. But I always embrace the bomb, anyways. Bombing on stage is a part of it. So um, I don't know. I look at my fucking life sometimes, and I'm like, Jesus, I really am like kind of the definition of the yes man. Like I dive into so many different things, from MMA to professional wrestling to stand up comedy to filmmaking. I don't know, sports collection. I do fucking so teacher. It just keeps going and going and going. All right, Steph, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll definitely go on if you'd like to go on and chat about anything really. At least it gets me out of my brain. Like in the screenplay, I'm trying to pull this off. All right. I was watching Trailer Park Boys for the umpteenth billion time. And I was like, okay. Because, the big goal for me is to eventually start doing some of these produced pieces that Tyler and I write on. But I was thinking, like, okay, what would happen if you mixed Ghost Adventures and the Trailer Park Boys? So that got the wheels spinning and me starting to write this screenplay of that concept. Have this group of investigators that are raunchy and getting all this fucked up shit, kind of like the Trailer Park Boys do, in that same type of setting. Maybe not in a trailer, but maybe an apartment complex or something, where they just do all these tropes that these stigmas that's put on paranormal investigators, where they just come in and break a bunch of shit and cause all this crazy chaos. But in the process, they do kind of catch some compelling evidence. So I've been writing on that to kind of see where that develops and goes, whether that be a movie or whether that be like a little YouTube series that we work on. I think that'd be fun, because I love doing the real stuff. I love going out and doing the paranormal stuff, but I'm a writer. I write all the fucking time. So I don't want to lose that skill. whether it's writing bits or screenplays. I just don't want to lose the writing part. I love that part. So man, we got a bunch of different things moving around here, and I appreciate. I missed the notification. I think I did. One second, guys. Let me check. Make sure I'm not. I appreciate you, PayPal person. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm right now. I think the dollar amount that I'm like, let's see. I've already got. Man, I already got more money than I'd like to admit for this new business adventure. I've already put it, but I think I'm still roughly around 1900 short. So I mean, that's going to be the nearest goal that I'm plugging away at behind the scenes. Again, that's what I've been doing this whole last week was trying to free up. I think the total of buying this company out was 6,500, and I think I got it chipped away down to 1,900 now. So, but again, that shit is going to be about the closest fucking thing I've ever had to a guaranteed profit right off the bat. I mean, again, these are two different collections that I'm buying underneath one company and buying the company LLC, all the stock, all that. Um, and the reason why this guy's getting out of it, his health. So, I mean, he really can't travel around and do what you need to do when it comes to sports memorabilia and stuff. But by far the best collection I've seen. These two collections together is fucking phenomenal. And like I said, I think it was 6,500 to buy everything outright. And just within the Michael Jordan memorabilia, I'll definitely have that back just off one sale. So, Steph, that's what Tyler and I were going to get together, and we're going to get together like a package for if I don't get this other business and fund it beforehand. That might happen. If I'm able to get this sports memorabilia business and fund it, that might happen. You guys, there might not even be a crowdfunding thing. I might just roll right into it, pay for it, and we'll go. But if not, Tyler and I is going to get together. We're going to create a video package and start doing some streams and try to get it funded so we could go back to the farm with the interactive live paranormal show that we're trying to bring to you guys, which it's going to be 3 to 4 different cameras live that we can switch through for you guys. So it's not one static cam. It's almost, we'll have it kind of on a loop, where if there's a camera you guys want to focus on, we have somebody at base at all times that's interacting with you guys, asking the questions, and we'll have 3 to 4 live channels that we can flip through for you guys. And again, you guys will have a little bit of control also on who goes where with what. So once we get all that stowed away and what we're wanting to get and what we need to get to make that possible, it's not cheap or easy, but I think it's worth it. I've never seen a live interactive paranormal show. I've never seen that. And I think it'd be kind of cool for you guys to kind of send us where you want to send us with what piece of equipment and go about it that way. So again, once we release all of that and we get what we need, because we're shooting at the bare minimum that we need to get that going. Obviously, we're not going to come in and say, all right, guys, we need a Black Magic Studio, or we ain't doing this shit. I mean, Black Magic Studio, you're looking at well over 20 grand, and now it's like a live TV splitter. Again, I think we can fund the whole thing for 2 to 3 grand, which isn't bad. And again, if I'm able to finish off this last bit of buying the sports memorabilia company, we wouldn't even need that. I would take it right out of that and fund it. So, either way, we're going to bring we're definitely going to bring that show to you guys. I think it's going to be kind of innovative in a sense and really fun to get into. So, yeah, like I said, that's why I've been kind of grinding on this whole last week, is trying to make this a possibility and things. It's been a blast, man. It's especially going into something that's outside of film and outside of Terror Barn and all of that. It's been kind of refreshing. Yeah, it's more work added on to me, but it's been kind of that's one thing that has kind of just stayed my passion, is my sports collecting. So it's been nice shifting gears a little bit to where I get burned out on the podcast or, burn out writing, I can jump over here in this whole other world that I love. It's been pretty refreshing. But again, if I'm able to acquire that business, there'll be a whole nother set of live streams, probably for a whole nother demographic. I don't know too many people that love the paranormal and also love collecting sports memorabilia. There's so I don't know. That might be a whole nother channel by itself. It might be over here and on the Skeet on One variety fucking world, or I don't know. I'm just more so excited that it would be able to fund the live paranormal experience I want to bring to you guys. I think that excites me more because it's something I would want to see. And, Tyler reminds me all the time, personal is universal. So if it's something we want to see, odds are it's going to be relatable to a lot of people. So yes, Steph, I know. I said that before you came in. I said I have to. I have to at least do a few more, right? I have to do at least a few more. My problem is what I want to do as far as the commercial wise. I need a camera operator, and one of those things where I can just set the camera and do my thing. So I'm trying to navigate and figure out when Tyler would be available to film that for me. I just need him to shoot some of these scenes because I want to do a commercial, and some of the things that I think it needs, I can't do by myself with the iPhone. So, but absolutely yes, I owe you. I owe you stuff. So yeah, the first one I want to do, the next episode of the Upstairs I want to do is the commercial. So we'll be getting into that. It just, damn man. I don't think I have a right to bitch about my schedule. You want to be busy. Um, and I'm doing all that to myself, but I got a pretty jam packed schedule usually. But I love doing all the shit that I do. So, I get up usually around 5:30 in the morning, and I don't go to bed until roughly around 11, 12 o'clock at night, and that's usually on the go. You know, um, Very rarely do I get time like this where I can just sit and chill. And even right now, I shouldn't be sitting here chilling. I should be working on the fucking podcast or trying to stow away getting the sports memorabilia, and which I don't know. I got to bounce that off you guys too. I acquired this company. What should I name this company? We got Terror Barn for the production, and it's the mixture of my last name, Tyler's last name, and the Terror Barn. Do I keep the barn part? Does it make it the sports barn? Or what do I name this company? That's been bothering me too. Like I'll look over these stupid little details and drive myself nuts over it until I find something. It got to be a cool name, I guess. And I'm like, damn, do I just I don't know. Who knows what I'll name this shit? I'll definitely bring that to you, Steph. A matter of fact, and that's gonna be like moved up to priority number one when it comes to content creating is getting this damn parody commercial filmed and uploaded for Steph. I owe you. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't believe because I've known this guy for a little while and I've heard of him because being in the sports collection world, when he offered to sell his collection to me and the price that he gave me, I damn near had a stroke. He's literally selling it to me for a tenth of the value. And I'm like, fucking A, I cannot let this opportunity pass me up. A tenth of the value makes it pretty damn profitable. Yeah, I know stuff. I've been racking my brain on it, and I don't know. I'll figure out something. I don't know. It's something that me and my sons will be doing together. So I thought maybe playing on the father son names, because ultimately, that's it's always been that way with my sports collection, and I got a pretty decent collection, but that's always been reserved for my boys. So acquiring these other collections and actually making a business of it is going to be their baby once they're old enough. Which my oldest son is about to be 19, so um, I'll probably let him kind of lead the direction on it. Just kind of buy it for him and run it from afar and see if he can turn a profit out of it. I mean, I'll be hands on and helping him and shit, but he's about to be 19. So I think I'm just going to kind of get this business, get it going for him, and seeing what he can carve out of the world already with something there. So that's most likely the route I'll go. Is just kind of be the guy behind the scenes and let him learn, let him go. Because I mean, for the love of God, my broke ass didn't have somebody that just gifted me a business when I was 18. I was blessed to have people that believed in me and helped me get Terror Barn LLC off the ground. But nobody ever said like, "Oh shit, here's here's a client list already, all the inventory. Go make money, dude." So yeah. All right, Steph. I promise you, creation wise, if I sit down to create something, damn it, it's going to be to create that Captain Thunderpuss fucking parody for you. And low key, like how he always copies my every move. I kind of want to throw a brick and mortar business up there just to show him how it's supposed to happen. So I think it's been another motivating piece of a motivating piece on why I want to purchase this other company. It's like, dude, first of all, you're doing Temu shit and DVDs. You want to actually have product that's worth fucking money, not $100 shit that's worth 10,000. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Again though, I think I'm just going to get this. Let my older son kind of, because he's stuck in between right now, deciding to go to college or work or whatever. I'll just let him. I'll just give him the damn business and let him run it. Shit. Let's say he's 8. He's 18 now, about to be 19 in a couple weeks. So maybe I give that to him till he figures out what the hell he's doing. I definitely, I probably could have purchased this company for what I've already spent trying to acquire this other company. If I'm being honest, that's what blows my mind with this cat. It's like, I don't know. You have somebody that bought you basically a brick and mortar store, and you're never down there doing shit worth mentioning. It just blows my mind. Hell, if I had a actual studio that was away from my home, I would probably be there too much. Have a recording studio and shit, I'd probably be there way too much. That if I'm being honest. So right, right, Miley. It's only worth about 550. About 550. That's what I don't know, man. Like he could definitely make that business profitable and really, but he's not doing marketing 101. He's not doing no type of great marketing, anyways. The color scheme's completely fucked up. Put yourself behind the curve from the get go. That's completely fucked up. Nobody really knows what you are because you keep changing what you do all the fucking time. You need to square that away. You talk about wanting to be a filmmaker, but you got a Rebel, I think it's what is that, a Canon Rebel T6 or T7, which is barely a photography camera. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a bunch of shit that he has to learn and go through that he's not even started to learn yet. So it's kind of comical to see that shit. Right, right, Miley. I agree with that statement. 1,000%. I don't know. There's a lot more to filmmaking than just saying, I'm going to make a documentary. And there's a lot of shit that you cannot do with a fucking phone. So you're going to have to spend I think one of Tyler's rigs is, close to 10K, and we got two of those things. So, and that's not even good enough. We're gonna have to upgrade that soon. So, it's it's always it's always moving, and he hasn't even stood on the treadmill yet. So, right, right, Miley's way too busy hating on shit, and I'm not like, I would like to see him actually succeed at doing something other than lying and shit talking and fucking people over. You know what I mean? Like, ultimately, if he did something successful that was positive, maybe it would change his overall mental state. I doubt it, but who knows? Yeah, it'll stay up, Steph. Tell everybody over there in GG's world I said hello. I probably ain't gonna be live too much longer. I just had to get a break from fucking trying to record that podcast. um, the first episode, I think you guys are going to enjoy. I finally got the beat down and how I want to present it, and I'm pretty confident in that episode right now. Um, it's going to be over the Crossroad Demon lore, but with Paranormal Circus, I want to cover everything from UFOs to cryptids to the paranormal, supernatural, anything creepy crawly. I want to cover it on the Paranormal Circus, but I chose the Crossroad Demon lore because it's probably the oldest story that I'm emotionally involved in with watching that the movie Crossroads with Ralph Macchio. I watched that movie so many damn times. So I kind of stuck there. Happy New Year to you too, Steph. But yeah, exciting shit, man. I'm definitely going to try to go be live more while we're still off of work here going into next week so I can chat with you guys more. I would love, without trying to spoil it, I'm going to try to get my brother together here sometime this weekend for us to do a live music show for you guys where we're just picking music bullshit and do what me and my brother do outside of the camera, anyways. So I have a live music show for you guys coming. That's what I'd like to do. And then I would love to finally talk Tyler's tail into just going live with me and him, just bullshitting and chatting with you guys. But I'll definitely be live more over the next several days. And I appreciate you guys that came in here with me today. I appreciate the PayPal person. I appreciate that down to my core because, again, that's how I want to be getting all these other projects and companies up and running is through those avenues. That's where I dump my own money into so I can hold on to it to pay for these things. So the links, the Cash App's on the screen there. The PayPal's up there, pinned to the top of the chat. Or if you're replaying, it's in the description. You don't have to hit those links, but if you do hit those links, I appreciate you. It's been good catching up with you too, Mylian. But everybody have a great new year. I'm sure I'll talk to you before the new year, but if not, have a great new year. I appreciate you guys, and you won't have to wait as long as what you waited this time to hear from my annoying ass. All right, guys, much love from me to you. You guys have an outstanding rest of your day and an even better new year.